Image sliders or carousels are very important for a front-end developer, and even though nowadays you have a bunch of libraries that can make some of these for you, or you can use CSS frameworks like Bootstrap, it's very important to know how to build this yourself so you can customize it to your needs. Therefore, today we are making this waterfalls slider, and as you can see, I have my auto sliding going on. I can control my slides with the arrow keys. I can control it with my dot indicators down there. And also we are going to make it possible to control it with your keyboard keys. Right now I'm doing it with my keyboard keys. And finally, on the mobile phones, we are going to make it possible to swipe with your fingers and move the slides. Also, we are going to discuss a common problem you can run into when you resize your window. So we are going to do all of this in a series of videos, and I'm gonna make this beginner friendly because I remember how tough it was for me when I first started. So let's get started. Hi guys, welcome to the image slider series. In this first video we are going to finish with the styling of our sliders. So let's have a look at my HTML code. As you can see, I have all of my content is inside the main element, and I have two divs, which my main will be the flex container and it will hold two divs. In the first div I have h1 that says waterfalls. Of course, this falls is inside of the span. We are going to style this separately. And then my second div is with the class of container, and inside this div I have slides container. Inside container are my 5 images. As you can see, I grabbed 5 images of waterfalls at pexels.com. It's a great place you can get royalty-free images. So I chose these 5 images and I put them width of 600 pixels. Okay, underneath this div I have a div with the class of dots. This is the div that will hold the dots, dot indicators, and we will add this later. And then I have two divs with the class arrow left or arrow right. As you can see, I just copied these arrows. If you want, you can grab the icons from Font Awesome or something like that. I did this for the simplicity's sake. Alright, that's about it for our HTML, very simple. And down there I'm importing my index.js file, which is right now empty. We are going to do on the functionality in the next video. And in my style.css, I'm only importing my font from Google Fonts. This is the font called Shirkhand or something like this. Alrighty. And I have my live server started on the port 5500, as you can see, and this is how my live website looks like. As you can see, I have my h1 and I have my 5 images, and here are my arrows left and right. And of course, it's important I picked the images that are the same dimensions. It will make our life easier with the styling. Alrighty, so it's time now to make this beautiful and to get the styles we wanted. So let's get started on our CSS. Alrighty, CSS time, guys. In our CSS, first, as I always do, I will make a basic reset. So on our universal selector on every before and after. First, I will put the box sizing to border box. And if you are not sure why we are doing this, I have a separate video that will appear somewhere up. You can watch it, why this is important. Then we will cancel margin and padding on everything. Okay, that would be it on that part. Now let's style our body. And first I want to put a font family of this font I imported. And also as a backup, I will use serif. Alrighty. Then I want to have a background image on my body, and it's this image here. This is also from pexels.com, but I put some black overlay over it and I saved it as a local file here in my files. Okay, so we will use this image. So I will use a background shorthand property, and as a URL, I will say this background.jpg. Alrighty, and then I will say no repeat, and I will position it to the center. So I want center horizontally and center vertically, and I will for the size I will say cover. So that's how it will cover the whole screen. All right, let's save this and see what we have now on our screen. As you can see, I have my background image, which is huge right now, but don't worry, it will when I take care of these images, it will go back to the wanted size. Okay, I also want to put the color on my body. I want a white color. So I will say color of the text will be FFF, which will make it white. Now for my images, I will also super common reset for the images. I will put max width of 100%, meaning 100% of their parent. So I'm not gonna worry about the width of the images. I will set the width on the parent, which is in our case this slide container, and this will make sure that all of the images are inside that width. Alrighty, now let's start styling our main. As you can see, I have everything inside my main. As I told you, this should be a flex container. So I will say main display of flex, and I want to justify content. I want to have even space between my two divs and to the side. So I will say space evenly. Okay, let's save this and see how it looks like now. Okay, so now I have a flex with 2 rows. This is my first element, and all of this is my second element. Now I want to have some padding on my main, and I also will put align items just in case to flex start. Okay, for the padding, I will put 3 rem on top and bottom, and 0.5 rem on the left and right, and one in fact it will be 3 rem on top and 1 rem on the bottom. Okay, let's save this and see the changes. So as you can see, now I have some padding top and padding to the sides. All right, let's style this now, this H1. This is our next in our HTML. So for the H1, I want to put a much bigger font size. I will put 3 rem. What else do I need for my H1? I need some text shadow. It will be 0 and 0 for the offset, and 5 pixels for the blur. And I will use RGBA. It will be black color and 0.8 for the opacity. Also, I want to have some letter spacing between my letters. Let's say 3 pixels. Okay, let's save this and look at the difference now. Okay, that's better. All right, I think I should take care of the slides container right now because it's distracting to to work, I will put these images inside. Okay, let's style our class of slides container. So, and then we will get back to our H1. Alrighty, for our slides container, I want to have display flex. This is how I will get all my 5 images in a row. Let's have a look now. As you can see, now all of them are in the row, but I don't want them to overflow. I have horizontal scroll bars. I don't want that. First, like I told you, I will control the width of my images with the width of the slides container. So I will put max width and I will say 420 pixels. That's how my images are now have the width I want. Alrighty, but like I told you, I don't want this overflow, so I will put overflow X to hidden. That's how we have only one image, as you can now tell. Okay, so only one image, and this image has the same width as its parent, and all of the rest of the images are hidden. Later, when we implement our functionality, I will translate those images horizontally, so the next image will be visible. All right, let's finish styling our slides container. I want also to have some border radius, and it will be 1 rem, and I want to have a big box shadow. I will put 0 and 0 for the offset and 20 pixels for the blur, and I will put the white color. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, this is my final look of my slides container. Nice. And now let's we can continue working on our H1. I want to move it closer to the image a little bit, so I will put on my H1, let's put a padding left of, let's say, 2 rem. All right, now we can style our span. I hope you remember inside our H1 we have a span. Okay, so we'll say span inside H1. I want this span to go vertically. I want my text to go vertically. So I'll say to achieve that, I will put writing mode to vertical left to right. And I will put text orientation to upright. Okay, now let's save this and see the differences. Okay, let's have a look now. Okay, this is not what I wanted, but it's happening because my span has our span is our inline element, so I will change it to the block element. This is how it will go underneath the H1. Okay, and now I will just put the margin. I want to push it somewhere here, so I will put the margin left to auto. This should put it all the way to the right. Alrighty, I think that's good. The only thing left we have are these arrows, so let's style these arrows. Now I want to position these arrows absolute, somewhere in the middle, to the left and right of our slides container. And let's have a look at our HTML. I will not make changes on our slides container, but for that I will use this class container because it's all the direct parent of our arrows. So when you want to position something absolute, you need to put position relative to the element you want to position it absolute to. So here I will put my container and it will have position relative. Alrighty, now let's grab our arrows. So underneath this, I will style both of them at the same time because I want the same stylings, and then I will just make some changes for the right arrow. Alrighty, like I told you, I will put position absolute for both of them, and I want them to be 50% from the top. Okay, let's save and see where our arrows. Here are our arrows. Now let's increase the font size of our arrows. I will put font size to 3.5 rem. Let's see them now. Okay, now I need to transform them by 50% up because I put 50% from the top, but this box is exactly 50%, so I want to move it 50% up. All right, so I will say transform, translate y minus 50%. Okay, let's have a look now. Now my arrows are perfectly centered. Now I want to put them left. The left arrow should be somewhere here. So below the top, I will put my left. It should be minus, let's say 4.5 rem. Let's have a look. Okay, let's move this one so I can compare it. Let's now move the right arrow. Let's put the left, my width is 420 pixels. So let's put 420 and then we can adjust. Okay, now my left arrow is good. I just need to push this right arrow a little bit more to the right. So let's here use the calc function and I will say 1 rem plus these 420 pixels like this. Let's save this and check it out. Okay, now it's good. All right, I'm pretty happy now with the position of my arrows. What else do we need? Let's put the cursor to the pointer so it's clear that we can press these arrows. So I will say cursor to the pointer, and I also want to have some hover effect. So I'll say arrow left hover, and it will be the same effect to the arrow right hover. I will just put some text shadow, say 0 and 0 for the offset, 10 pixels for the blur, and I want to be my shadow to be white. Okay, let's save this and check it out. Now I have when the arrows are hovered, I have a slight shadow and I have my cursor to the pointer. Okay, let's see what else. I think that's pretty much it for our styling. And now let's take care of the media queries, and that will be it for this first part of our series. So I will define a media query. Now let's see, let's inspect our page and see where should we put our media query. Alrighty, let's have a look. All right, my screen is right now at 855 and this still doesn't look bad. Of course, on the bigger screen is looking even better. Okay, so let's have a look where I should put my media query. Okay, I think we lose this right arrow. Let me, okay, somewhere around here. Let's say 850 pixels. Okay. So I will use a new syntax, range syntax, and I will say width less or equals to 850 pixels. Okay, now let's make our everything smaller, our text and our margins and paddings, and of course this is possible because I put my units in rams. I will say on my root element I will put font size to 80%, and I make a short video about this. It should appear somewhere up here so you can have a look. Okay, when we save now, okay, if I go 1 pixel below, you can see my text is smaller and my margins and paddings are also smaller. That's good. Now let's think about what I want to have on the smaller screens. As you can see, if we decrease the size even further, this is not good. I want to have my title on the top and my slider on the bottom, and I want everything to be centered. Okay, so therefore on my main, which holds all the content, I have display of flex. I will just put flex direction to the column, and let's save this and see the differences. Okay, now everything is in one column, but I want everything to be centered. So I will say justify content center. Okay, no, in fact, because we switched the direction to the column, I need align items to be the center because we moved the axis. Okay, now everything is centered. Now I want everything we did for this span, I want to disappear on a smaller screen, and I want to have my text inside one line. Okay, do I need everything else for our main? In fact, let's remove the padding on the left and right. So it should be 0. Everything else should stay the same. All right, so let's take care of our span. So I will say H1 span. I will reset the writing mode back to initial. Okay, let's save this and see the changes already. That's now it goes horizontally, but I want to also put back display to inline because that was the original behavior of a span, and now I have my span inline. Okay, let me see what else do I want to achieve of my H1. It has some padding to the left. I will remove that padding, and instead of that I will put to the bottom. So I will say padding left will be 0, but I will put some padding on the bottom. Let's say 0.5 rem. I have some spacing here between the span and my, I don't want that. Why do I have that? Oh, I put padding on all sides, and in fact I don't want this on the span. I want on the H1. I want to cancel the padding left and to put padding bottom. Okay, let's save now, see the difference. Okay, now my text is good, and I have some padding. And the last thing, I don't want to have these arrows. So when I go back to very small screen sizes, I want to lose these arrows, and I will just put arrow left and arrow right. I want to have display of none, because my slider will be, I will make the slides with a swipe of the finger on the mobile phone and with the dot indicators here, which we will put later. Okay, so this is my look on a mobile phone, and this is my look on a desktop. Okay, with that, I will finish our first video of our image slider series. We got the styling we wanted. This is the final look of our slider. And in the next video, we will start working on the slider functionality. Until that, I thank you for watching this and wish you a great day. Goodbye and lots of love.